all out of bubblegum. Welcome to the Pixel Pop Movie Podcast. I'm your host, Toby. This fortnight I'm joined by the delectable Ethan.
Why, hello there.
Stealing a page from the delicious Jessie.
Hello!
Hello! And for those that know their movies, of course, that wasn't a Duke Nukem quote that I did then. That was actually from Phyllis and Jessie. They live. They live. Great line. I mentioned it though because it's relevant to our news this fortnight, so I thought it would be a great quote. This fortnight, of course, we've got a bunch of news to get to. There's actually been quite a fair bit going on, which is good. So we've got plenty to yak about. And then the topic of conversation for this fortnight is 2018, which kind of makes sense because we sort of rounded out 2017. And so we thought this fortnight we'd take a look at some of the big titles coming out this year and have a quick yak about them. But before we get into that, we'll start with news. Please take us away, Ethan.
So the new current rumor going around at the moment is that the first solo Batman movie, the Batman that Matt Reeves is doing, will not be in the DCEU that he is, that he's doing. He's apparently got Jake Gyllenhaal as the front runner for it. So the Batman that Ben Affleck currently plays will have nothing to do with that movie at all, because DC just wants to fuck us all over and fuck up everything we've ever done. Right.
It sounds to me like it changes nearly every other week. Like one week it's in, next week it's not in.
I think they're like, hey, Pixel Pop's doing a podcast this week. Let's just fuck up some news. let's just shake up the DCEU just for them.
Yeah, they're trying to give us more news every fortnight.
I mean, they can keep doing it, but I'm gonna get sick of this DC shit soon.
To be fair, look, considering off the bat of that last statement about how they should stop trying to be Marvel Disney, I agree. Look, if you don't want to have a combined DCEU, I'm totally fine with that as well. But let's just make everything not part of the combined DCEU. Don't do hot, cold, on, off, because you're going to confuse moviegoers.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? If nothing is connected, then there's no assumptions made, and everybody's cool with it. You know what I mean? But if you want to connect, you need consistency, basically.
Yeah. And not everyone keeps up with all the movie news like we do. We know when it is connected.
They do, Ethan, because they listen to the Pixel Pop.
Oh, that's
podcast.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
So
yeah.
They
and I mean, like, with confusion, you've already got with DC the separation between their film and their television series.
Yeah.
So you've already got. I have people come into work all the time, and they're like, "My son likes the Flash," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, cool. Which Flash does he like? Does he like the Justice League Flash, or the TV show Flash, or the comic book Flash?" And by then, they're already like having a seizure on the floor because there's too many options.
Yeah, I mean, at least with the Marvel, as much as we've wanted cameos, they've definitely kept things separate. You know, there's been almost no overlap at all.
Oh, there was
I know there's. I said almost. I did say almost. There's been tiny little bits, but for the most part, you know, if you said I like Vision, well, you're not talking about a TV series, are you? Because there's only one Vision. You know, that's what I'm sort of saying. Like there's as Jesse said, there's that confusion when it comes to the DC stuff because, and now, you know, I like Batman. Well, that now just turned into a 4-hour conversation because which one?
Exactly. Yeah. And then you got to sit there and say, oh well, which Batman do you like now? There's not just Ben Affleck Batman or all the other Batmans that preceded him.
I like
now
George Clooney Batman.
That's exactly right.
Adam West Batman.
And little Batman in Gotham now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. So moving along from that nonsense.
Another rumor is that Tom Holland's Spider-Man is rumored to be in the Venom movie.
I believe actually it was retconned in that it's Peter Parker, not Spider-Man per se.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you caught the second part of that, but it's.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, okay, so it was changed. It's Tom Holland is apparently in it, but he's not Spider-Man. He's Peter Parker. That's fine. I mean, that still makes sense in terms of a Venom origin story. You don't need to have. I know, but you don't need to have.
You kind of do.
Well, as long as it's Peter Parker once he's been bit.
Yeah, but you still need to have. Venom still has to be on Spider-Man at some point in order for him to have the spider powers that Eddie Brock has with the Venom suit. Because Venom gets all those from Spider-Man. So
maybe we're gonna see more Peter, and then he'll swing out the door and Venom will jump on him. Like the Spider-Man sequence could be quite short or something. I don't know, but I do know that they did change that article to read Peter Parker. So the fact that he's in it at all, I think, is fantastic. And I mean, and if it's genuinely Tom Holland, then that surely then means that Venom and Carnage
it's in the same universe.
Are in the same universe.
There's some unconfirmed reports if Carnage is going to be in the movie or not. We still don't know that.
He's totally going to be in it.
But if he is, if Tom Holland's Peter Parker's on it, then that means that the Venom movie is set in the MCU, and that just makes me happy in general.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, it's great that it's all coming home, coming together. Yeah.
And if that's the case, then they've also done another exceptional bit of casting with Tom Hardy for Venom still.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look wait for him to get more. Yeah.
Should be good.
So we won't see a return of Topher Grace as Venom in the MCU as we know
what? It. He was great.
Yeah, I just wanted Stephen Hyde and Kelso to turn up.
Alright. Next part, the Flashpoint movie now has two directors, new directors now.
Wait,
it is John Francis Daly and Jonathan Goldstein. They directed the 2015 Vacation remake, and they also co-wrote Spider-Man: Homecoming. They're now directing the Flashpoint movie.
Okay.
And it's the third set of directors that they've had for this movie because they keep dropping out.
Wow. Jeez, DC's really having a rough time of it.
They are really not doing well.
As I said, they're just giving us more news. That's all they want.
There's
a boardroom somewhere. They're like,
feed this group of Australian people who are really angry.
Yeah, there's a boardroom somewhere, and they're like, "Hey, what are we giving the PPN guys this week?"
Warner Brothers and DC don't sponsor us, but they may as well be at this point. How much we talk?
That's half our show. Yeah, criticizing
Warner
their
Brothers,
decisions.
you want to hit us up? Send us a like, comment, and subscribe, and send us a big packet of money.
Jess, he'll settle for a T-shirt. What?
I will settle for a T-shirt that says "What the fuck."
Fair enough. So Trouble in Paradise continues. Okay, but I mean,
yeah.
Spider-Man: Homecoming, man, that's a decent flick. So I mean, that's hopefully a good thing for Flashpoint.
And it means that there's probably going to be, Flash is a comedic character, so obviously they're going to bring a lot of that to it. All right. Next, we've got some casting for John Wick 3, because that enters production not too far away, I think.
Woohoo!
We'll see the return of Common. I don't know what his character's name was, but the actor Common. Lawrence Fishburne will be back.
I've got to say, I wasn't a huge fan of Fishburne in John Wick.
Me either.
I mean, it was just a glorified cameo, really.
And I
just
didn't really like him much in Predators either.
Again, glorified
very
cameo.
similar characters, actually.
Yeah, that's my whole point. It was sort of like, I mean,
they
he was
were both
great in
the crazy bird lady from Home Alone 2.
Yeah, we all loved him in Matrix, but then, some of his more recent stuff that I've seen anyway, and I probably haven't seen all of it, but the stuff I have seen, I was a bit, but I tend to be like that.
And we've also got Ruby Rose coming back because they didn't show her dying in John Wick 2. And the new villain will be Hideyuki Sanada. He's been in 47 Ronin, The Wolverine, he was in Lost, he was in the Ryan Reynolds Jake Gyllenhaal movie Life last year, he was in that. He's going to be playing a new villain who is the head of a Japanese crime syndicate. And then also Starz has picked up The Continental, which is a spin-off of the John Wick movies. Is a new TV
I think
show.
you mentioned that last podcast. That's I'm keen for that, actually. That could be really good.
Lance Reddick is rumoured to be back as the head guy in The Continental. And apparently Keanu Reeves is producing the series, and he will show up in the series just to link it to the John Wick movies a bit more.
Yeah. Yep. Looking forward
It
to it.
sounds like they're doing good world building with John Wick.
Yeah. Now all they need to do is put Lieutenant Blonde in the
Yes, please.
It also sounds like the whole background for a whole video game series too.
Oh yeah, it could be.
It does. Go to the Continental,
well.
receive your mission, go and be a hitman somewhere.
Basically, a new Hitman game.
Yeah,
So the Hitman, they're not making any more, so this is where it's gonna start from.
Yeah.
Another bit of news: Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle is getting a sequel.
That was quick. Obviously, I mean, it made money, so I guess.
Yeah.
Who published? Was it Warner Brothers or?
I think it was Sony.
Or whoever. Sony. Yeah. Obviously, looked at the figures for the opening weekend and went, "Yep, okay, we'll do another."
Well, it's made over 800 million worldwide at the moment.
Damn.
It was a huge success.
Yeah.
I wonder though. I would almost put money down that some of that money was people who obviously had a fondness for the original film, and went and saw. And I know it reviewed well. Don't get me wrong, but I think by the time the third one comes around, you might have some of that nostalgia wearing off.
And also more fatigue for The Rock.
Yeah, well, yeah, depending
if
on
he's back.
Yeah, if he's back. But I wouldn't be surprised if the third one only ends up doing sort of somewhere between 400 to 600 mil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's still going to make money, but probably not the same sort of, tier.
The question is, what are they going to do with a sequel to that? Because that was quite a good self-contained story.
Yeah. Who knows?
I
Apparently,
think
they want it to they want it to come out in 2019, so it'll go against Star Wars Episode 9. So the song went against Episode 8.
Oh, okay.
They want to do
but
that.
I mean, what you've had board games, now you've had video games. I'm at a loss at where you take it.
Yeah.
It's still a video game, though, isn't it? Really?
It is.
So
maybe it'll be like Gamer. Maybe it'll be some kind of weird future like Running Man scenario.
No,
it'll be like Jason 10 or whatever is in space, right?
Oh,
and
yeah,
the Jumanji
space.
board
Jumanji
game
in space.
is Jumanji in space.
But they already did that.
They did that.
Zathura. Yeah.
Oh,
That was Jumanji in space.
Oh no.
It was a piece of shit, but it was there.
Good idea. The Hollywood's already done.
Oh no. Righto.
Oh,
okay.
no, Jon Favreau did it. Alright, now there's a report that a Black Widow movie is being planned for 2020.
We knew this. This is old news. Why are you giving me old news?
There was rumors last time it was a script was being done. Now they're saying it's planned for 2020.
Oh, okay, right. And the last thing I heard too, they were going to pay
25 million.
Was it? Oh yeah, it was an obscene amount of money. It was an obscene amount of money.
But the source also says that Jude Law and Ben Mendelsohn are potential co-stars. Now they're currently in Captain Marvel. Ben Mendelsohn plays the villain, or Jude Law plays Captain Marvel.
Well, that gives a bit of credence to your
Skrull theory about it being
a prequel movie rather than a sequel.
So I mean, she and people say that if they're going to do Skrulls or like a secret war thing or something like that, as Black Widow would be perfect for it.
Yep. Okay.
So this makes sense.
Yep. Okay. That's fair.
And now the news to go on to Toby's quote at the start. John Cena is in talks to star in Duke Nukem as Duke Nukem.
This is really going to fuck my hair.
This is going to be very interesting, is what it is.
I'm actually keen for this. My only concern is the social backlash, because, I mean, Nukem is... Yeah. I mean, he's born out of 80s cliches. He's extremely...
And Nukem Forever did not do well because of that.
Partly, yes. It had a few other problems. But, I mean, it's about... He's very... I don't think the character himself is inherently... he's not sexist in some regards. He certainly is what I'm thinking he's trying to say is he's not malicious about it. Like, I'm certain he puts women on a pedestal, the character does. However, he comes across as being sexist, because he still sees women as a sex object, you know what I mean? But in his eyes, he's not
ingrained in that misogynistic humor.
Yes. Like, he's not nasty about it, and he's probably not aware that he's doing it, kind of thing, if that makes sense. But then he's a product of an 80s ideology, which, was very different. How do you translate that into, a 2018-19 film? That's going to be the real trick, because if you just release the character as he was from Duke Nukem 3D, which was 1995, which even then it was pushing the envelope a little bit, it's going to get some pretty serious backlash. But having said that, if they can get around that with the script, John Cena, I didn't see it, but yeah, I mean, he could do it. It could be really good.
Well, he's actually getting pretty popular. He was in like Daddy's Home and Daddy's Home 2, and he's also one of the main characters in the Transformers spin-off Bumblebee. So he's actually doing a lot more acting now.
Yeah, he was in The Wall as well.
The Wall as well.
But I mean, it was a part. Yeah, I don't mind him, outside of the ring and in front of the camera. What little I have seen of him, I've enjoyed it. So
he might be the next Batista or The Rock.
Yeah, Batista is a different beast altogether, and he and The Rock are radically different. I mean, they're both wrestlers, but the way they perform in front of the camera is very different.
Yeah, they are very different.
Yeah,
I feel I don't know, like, as much as I love The Rock, I feel like Batista might have a little more range.
Absolutely. I don't know whether The Rock has intentionally typecast himself, or if he's just if it's just gone that way and he's been typecasted forcefully. But either way, he's definitely been typecasted, I felt. And look, yes, the man has muscles, But I mean, you know, Jim Carrey can come out and do a thriller. Why can't The Rock do a love story or a comedy, you know, or whatever? Like,
hey, Dwayne Johnson, I know you're listening. Do a drama movie and prove us wrong.
Actually, you know what? You know what?
Dwayne Johnson, do a remake of Sleepless in Seattle.
No, you know what would actually work for The Rock is that, you know, like the reason why you have these Japanese horror films, they use the little girl, it's because the little girl is the least scary thing that Japanese people could think of, so it becomes terrifying, right? Put Dwayne Johnson in a horror film, right? And have the
Make
man...
him like a Stephen Lang sort of
have him actually appear on camera terrified, because if a man that size is fucking scared of something, then you know shit's going down. You know what I mean?
So they basically need to do like a Predators kind of thing.
Well,
like
maybe
make the strong guy the one that's been fucked up.
Not even. Just you don't even need to mention his size. You don't even need to bring it up. Just make it an Amityville horror, and he's just scared.
Because
here's what we need. We need Dwayne Johnson to do a remake of The Rock where he plays Nicolas Cage's character. That's what we need. Show us you can do that.
Imagine just for a minute that Ethan wasn't a horrible person. I know it's hard, but just try.
A remake of Con Air where The Rock plays Nicolas Cage's character
would actually be pretty good. But if he touches my Big Trouble in Little China, I will slap him down.
Yeah,
I don't care how big
he was up for that, wasn't he?
I don't care how big he is, all right, and how fat and useless I am. I will smack him down. I will help.
Yeah. Kurt Russell is like not happy they're doing that at all.
No,
good.
Someone
they need to leave it alone.
When he was going around and doing promo for Guardians of the Galaxy 2, he talked about how they're doing Overboard, I think it is, his movie with Goldie Hawn.
Yeah.
They're redoing that, and he was okay with that. And then he mentioned the other remakes, and when they said Big Trouble in China, he just laughed and went, "Ha, good luck."
You know what would be better? You know what would be better than a remake of Big Trouble in Little China? Is just a sequel with him and Carpenter.
Old Kurt Russell.
Bigger Trouble in Little China.
I don't care what it is, but I would love to see Russell play Jack Burton one more time. I'd love it, and I think he'd do it.
So
I reckon if Carpenter rang up Russell and said, "Let's do it," I honestly, considering if you listen to, you know, the audio commentary on some of these Blu-rays with Carpenter and Russell, I honestly think Russell would be up for it. I do. I reckon if Carpenter was directing, he'd do it.
But Carpenter's probably smoke himself into an early grave.
Well, time's running out, so choppy chop, gents. Let's get on it.
I mean,
make this damn movie happen.
No, he's done 5 movies with John Carpenter.
Yeah.
So of course he'll say yes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Anyway,
and every one of them has been good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, back to Duke Nukem.
Yeah, back to Duke Nukem. That's fine. Okay, cool.
Another part here that was people thought it was a real movie. Turns out it wasn't, but that was the new Dundee. With Danny McBride
is it confirmed now that it's a joke?
Yep, it's for Tourism Australia to try and bring Americans into the Super Bowl ad.
Okay, nice.
That's what it is.
It nearly had me. I mean, I won't lie. I honestly thought... And then when I saw Hemsworth, and I'm like, wow, this could actually be good.
Yeah. Well, Paul Hogan said in the magazine that it's real, and they got a budget of $30 million to make the movie in that. So they tried to go a full legit route. But then it came out that it's just a Super Bowl ad, and it's for Tourism Australia to try and bring more American tourists here. So that's what it is, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well, we can but dream.
One here that I don't really care about, but it's here, and that is Mighty Ducks TV series is in the works.
Hooray!
Yeah, there's a lot of people that have a soft spot for Mighty Ducks. I'm not one of them either, but that's going to make a lot of people happy. So
I don't give a mighty fuck about this. We'll move on.
I only care because I like the first movie. I'm not a big hardcore Ducks fan. I don't actually understand what drives people to love it that much.
Another one I haven't seen, but apparently there's something news coming out. And Black Dynamite, apparently. Michael Jai White has been teasing that Black is back, and they're doing a new...
Lucas,
something I don't know what this is.
With us for this podcast again, he knew more about that, and he was definitely hyped for this particular film, and urged everyone to go see the original. So that's something I haven't done. Maybe this weekend, if the hot weather keeps up, that might be something I do.
It's pretty good. It's a good little throwback to exploitation movies.
Right. Yep. Kind of like, what was that one that Hobo with a Gun?
Yeah, Hobo with a Shotgun.
Hobo with a Shotgun, like the same
thing. Which was
just
that started off as a fake trailer before the Grindhouse movies, and then they actually did a proper movie for it.
And then it turned into a real thing with Rutger Hauer. Yeah. Anyway, okay, cool. Well, I mean, that's. I'll put a question mark on it. And before I forget, Jesse, you're a horrible person, and that Get Out is not on Netflix. You said it was on Netflix last podcast.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna go watch that. Had my chips, had my drink, everything ready. Turned on Netflix, not there. Holy shit! You proxying your ass into American
how many people
Netflix
I've deceived.
all 3 of them that listen to this podcast, that's for sure.
Exactly.
You're a horrible
What do you mean,
person.
Dwayne Johnson's on. We know he listens to this.
Dwayne Johnson be sitting there spitting his like Cheerios out, going,
one of them's Warner Brothers, the other's Dwayne Johnson. The third one,
all of Warner Brothers.
She listens to
nah, the third one is some American guys waterboarding, torturing, and stuff like that over in the Middle
and
East.
Sean Young. Sean Young also listens to the podcast.
She does, yes. She likes it because we stick up for everything she says.
Yeah, and everything she's ever done.
Love you, Sean.
Alright, another bit of news. The first set picks for Captain Marvel came out today, showing Brie Larson in the Captain Marvel
There's
suit.
a bit of discussion about that because the suit is not red and blue, it's green.
No.
Now the articles that I sort of read was that it could be she's grabbed a
Kree uniform.
A Kree uniform.
Yeah.
Another one is it could be Captain Marvel. Could be Captain Marvel's uniform handed down until she gets her own. The last theory was it could be green for CGI, but I'm not so sure about that one. It's not quite the right green.
No, it's not the right green.
In the comics, Marvel he grabbed the random Kree uniform, I think, and then he went and made the red and blue one.
Yeah.
All the concept that they released for this movie shows her in the red and blue uniform.
Yes,
and to me, this doesn't look like it's a finished product enough for it to be like an official uniform for her to wear for the character.
Yeah,
so I'm going with it being a Kree
Can you imagine
uniform.
like Captain America coming on stage and he's wearing like black?
Yeah,
it would be. You'd be
well,
like,
he did wear random Captain America outfits for 3/4 of his first movie.
No, but his chest still had stars and stripes.
It did, but everything else didn't look like Captain
America. Because it was army fatigues. He looked good. I like that outfit.
Just the finishing on this armor, it doesn't look like it's gonna be her official thing. She will get the red and blue one and black one. Like she'll get that definitely.
Although it's not going to be quite like the
Hot Toys can sell a separate figure.
It looks pretty similar to her first one from the comic books.
Yeah, but they do change it because for starters, anatomically, there's no way a human being actually looks like any of these people, like the breasts and the muscles and stuff. And there's just no way. I don't think any Hollywood studio is going to put anyone in ultra tight spandex these days.
Why not?
Why not? Because everybody's going to complain it's sexist.
Everybody wants to see the G-strings in space.
I mean, Anthony Mackie wanted the red spandex of Falcon, but they wouldn't give it to him.
Anthony Mackie's crazy.
There you go. If you want G-strings in space, then you got to go watch Flash Gordon.
Yes, you do have to watch. Anyone should watch Flash Gordon.
Oh never seen it, never will.
I'm surprised you knew what I was talking. Well done. Yeah. Did you know they did a sequel? It wasn't as good. Yeah, it wasn't as good. But the first one's hilarious.
It is.
I saw the remake TV show that they did.
No, not Flash.
10 years ago.
Not Flash. Flesh. Flesh. It's basically soft porn. It's soft porn. It's sexploitation.
Barbarella again.
Yeah, and it's hilarious. The monster picks up like Star Wars, picks up the little lady in the Leia Organa outfit and rips off her bikini. He says, "Give us a look at your tits," and rips her shirt off or whatever. Like it's completely off the wall, inappropriate, but it's hilarious.
The pinnacle of filmmaking, clearly.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm pretty sure that some of those sex scenes aren't simulated, but hey, it's
probably
funny.
not.
Anyway.
Alright, moving on to the last.
We keep sort of sliding off topic, don't we? But anyway,
this is the first time it's happened in a while.
Yeah, but they're not going to do Marvel in the comic book costume, as in not a 1-for-1. It'll look similar, the colors and the layout, but it's not going to be. It's not going to be ultra tight spandex around her double G.
Oh no, it's not. No. It pretty much looks almost like what she's wearing in that, just red and blue, and black.
Yeah,
that's what her one.
I mean, armor should look like armor, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Not underwear.
No.
Although I did note, side tandem, apparently for the 1000th episode of Superman comic book, they put him in his original outfit, I read. just as a nice little interesting thing. Speaking of outfits, so like the underwear on the outside and the classic light sky blue coloured spandex and everything. Yeah, as a homage. Yeah, so in the most recent
classic Christopher Reeve.
Well, even earlier, to be honest.
Yeah, you're talking about like Action Comics Superman.
Yes, it's his original, because it's the 1000th episode or some jazz. So yeah, they put him in his original outfit. I just thought that was cute, and it's something that I remember because we were talking outfits. But anyway, I'll shut up and move along.
Last bit of news we got is Stranger Things Season 3 will introduce a new evil, and Will Byers will finally get a break.
And die.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, that's what I mean.
I think it's still going to have to be the Upside Down, isn't it? I mean, it's just going to be perhaps a different enemy, but I think the Upside Down is still going to have to play a part, isn't it?
Probably. It's got to play a part. Definitely.
Maybe there'll be some kind of grand scale war. I mean, we stepped it up last season with what was that? A good 20 or 30 demo dogs, and maybe this time we'll have like a Lord of the Rings scenario.
The reason there's bad shit happening in town is because what's underneath that power plant, right? To have something completely unrelated come along, it ends up sounding like Blue Heelers, where you've got a town of 20, but there's 30 murders committed every week.
It's like Ramsey Street. A plane crashed into Ramsey Street.
Yeah, like completely ridiculous. So there's no way a town could be that unfortunate. So it has to be related to...
Not unless it's Smallville.
Well, yeah, but it has to be related to, I think, the power plant, what goes on. I wonder if we'll see Paul Reiser come back. I mean, he didn't die.
I hope so.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, he didn't die.
Because didn't they get kicked down and they stopped doing experiments or some shit there, didn't they?
Yeah, because isn't he talking
they just set up somewhere else.
That's right, yeah, because he drives off at the end, and the tinfoil hat guy is like sitting in the driveway waving at them as they leave. Yeah.
Yeah, that fucking guy that had no reason to be in the show at all.
Tell us what you really feel.
Like, seriously, that's one of the few points that I could pick apart for Stranger Things Season 2 is
Tell us
that
what
whole
you feel about Episode 7.
Fuck off. I hate that episode so much.
Everyone hates that episode.
Tell me about the pullout. Anyway, let's not sidetrack too much. So that's largely for news. Then I take it that's still quite that's a healthy chunk. Yeah. That's still a healthy chunk.
Thanks, Warner Brothers.
Not a lot of Marvel news then.
We'll have Marvel in 3 weeks and Black Panther's out.
Yeah, I was going to say, Marvel's got to give us a break.
Oh, there's the preview comics have just... The first one's come out too. Yeah, it's had some more mild spoilers, but it sounds like there's a possibility that Captain America and Winter Soldier do some stuff before that mid-end credit scene where they freeze Winter Soldier.
Apparently they're working on Wakanda's working on a new AI that they're pretty much from the comic. They're working on a new AI that they're going to sort of try and use on Bucky. That'll pretty much give his whole mind a reboot and wipe everything clean.
The lass who's apparently smarter than Tony Stark.
Yeah, it's his sister.
What's her name?
Shuri.
Yeah, and she's going to cure Bucky. Apparently.
Yeah, she makes the little cat. Gauntlets on her head?
She makes everything. She makes the suit. She makes the cars. She makes everything. She's
okay.
Yeah, and there's also some rumors, and there's nothing I noticed, nothing concrete yet, but there's rumors that Stark's suit in this one in Infinity could be the nano suit.
Yeah. They think that he's possibly going to get some help from Wakanda, considering that Black Panther suit is a nano suit.
So you think maybe that might lead into Iron Spider as well, like a perfection of that?
Well, he's already done the Iron Spider suit, so they won't need to do that.
Yeah,
okay.
But it means that he can change into Hulkbuster and various other things at will, so to speak. Yeah.
So, because in the little preview comic, it shows like a projector of what the suit wants to be. So he hasn't made it yet. So the rumor is the theory is that he goes to Wakanda, and they help him with their Black Panther nanosuits, and he makes an Iron Man nanosuit that way from them.
Yeah.
The comic also showed Vision and Wanda meeting up, without anyone knowing, and Vision is able to make himself look human, but the gem still shows. That's why he looks human in the trailer.
Yeah. Right. So the second part of that comic book hasn't come out yet, and that is apparently going to deal with more off-world, so the Guardians and all the rest of it, and assumedly Thanos. So
yeah,
it's cool though because it is all canon. So head down to your comic book store, or I guess look at Comixology and pick it up there. All right. Well, I guess we could probably move over to our topic of conversation because Lord knows how long this is going to take. So we're just going to stop.
It won't take long, I don't think.
Yeah. And I'm just going to sort of start at the top of this list. I'm going to skip. There's a couple that have already come out, and we're just gonna. This is all done in popularity, so the biggest hype is going to be at the top, and then work our way down.
How is it number one?
Well, it's already out, so we're ignoring that. So we're going to go straight to Avengers: Infinity War. Probably going to be the biggest hype release of the year.
Yeah, that's going to be the one. Yeah,
Yeah, like I will go. I can't remember the last time I went to a midnight screening for anything. It was probably 20 years ago. I will go to a midnight gold class screening for this.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get home from work, sleep, then wake up right before midnight, and then go to the screening. And then just stay awake for the whole next day and go to work.
And just take the day off work so you can go and see it again.
Go see it every chance you get for the whole.
You go see it at midnight,
well,
then you go have a sleep, and then you go back at lunchtime and watch it again.
Last year was the first time I've ever seen any movie in the cinema twice, and I watched Thor Ragnarok twice, and I watched Last Jedi twice. So I'm gonna watch Infinity War several times over. I can guarantee it. I'm half tempted to go watch Black Panther twice as well.
All right, so we're gonna skip that one, the next one, because it's already out. We're Black Panther. So obviously, again, a lot of hype for that one. Let's see. Insidious Last Key is already out.
That's out. Yeah, it's out.
It's getting average
Den of Thieves is out.
Den of Thieves is out. It's doing, actually, this one's got IMDb score is 7.3, which is pretty good. Metascore, well, Metascore you gotta be careful with.
Yeah.
Proud Mary. I don't know. Do you know anything about that one, Jesse?
It's Taraji P. Henson returning to like an action star. It's kind of like female Taken, I think.
Right.
Okay.
She's a hit woman. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Let's see. Pity this list doesn't have the dates. But Red Sparrow with Jennifer Lawrence.
So you mean Black Widow? You mean Black Widow origin movie?
Pretty much. Directed by Francis Lawrence. Yep. So it's the Sparrow School Russian Intelligence Service. That's certainly going to be an interesting one.
I'll home media. I ain't gonna go watch it.
Is it actually Marvel though? Is it a Marvel film or?
No, that's not. But the plot for it pretty much almost is like a Black Widow origin movie.
Right, I'm with you now. Right, okay.
Yeah.
I would love to support Joel Edgerton. I'm not a huge Jennifer Lawrence fan. It's got Jeremy Irons in it, dude.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah, okay.
It's got Alfred. He's cross-platforming.
No. Jeremy Irons is actually better as a villain. Everything I've seen him in as a villain, it's way better. Oh, there's another little bit of side news. Did you see? Gary Oldman wants to be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. Do it.
I love Gary Oldman.
Big fan. Big fan. All right. Tomb Raider. Yes.
I'll home media. I'm not going to watch it at the cinema.
Well, I mean, I'm not a cinema guy at the best of times, but I'm a big fan of Alicia Vikander. So I saw that because they just dropped a new trailer for that very recently, a second trailer. It's, if nothing else, it's going to be a popcorn flick, and that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's fine. Here's one that's had a lot of trouble, and that's Solo, a Star Wars story.
That can just fuck off.
Tell us how you really feel.
Here's the thing. April, May is going to be a busy time because we've got Infinity War comes out on April 25th, and then we have Deadpool 2 that comes out on like the 18th of May, and then we have Han Solo which comes out on the 26th of May. So all three of those movies come out within a month of each other. For some fucking reason, they just want all of us to spend all our money in one fucking month.
Yeah, why the hell are they putting Solo out so damn early? Is there another Star Wars movie this year? There isn't.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that's a terrible time to release it.
And Deadpool 2, Deadpool 2 was supposed to be like June 6th, but then they got moved, like they brought it forward to like May 18th or May 16th or something like that.
Maybe they're trying to cushion the loss.
I would have thought really you'd have had something like Solo would have been like around June in the summer break for America.
Yeah.
Maybe they are trying to cushion, like they're like bracing for impact.
Is there something else coming out that time that they're trying to bury then? Like to hit it with so much stuff one weekend after another. Like is there?
I think they're trying to bury Solo.
They're hoping there's so much else going on that you don't go and see Solo.
I really do think.
Force Awakens already did that, Jesse.
But I really do think they are trying to bury Solo. No one is really hyped for it. Everyone I've ever spoken to about it just doesn't care. Even die-hard Star Wars fans.
There's all hell for that.
Really?
No, I'm not. But
Exactly.
even diehard Star Wars fans I know, like one of the guys at work, he loves everything to do with Star Wars. But this movie, he's like, I don't give a fuck about it.
Yeah, it seems to be that's the reception it's getting. Look, it's going to be hard. It'd be kind of, it's like, I mean, the Aladdin story coming out, the live action, like trying to follow on the footsteps of someone like Harrison Ford in arguably, I would say, his second most iconic role ever. It's very difficult.
You're right. His most iconic was in American Graffiti.
Oh, look,
I thought it was Firewall. I thought his most iconic was Firewall.
It was, what was that movie with Gary Oldman and Taylor Lautner?
Fuck off with your trolling and your baiting. You know what I mean. And I don't mean Blade Runner either. I mean Indiana Jones is probably his biggest named role, I would think. He's certainly played the part more times than Han Solo.
I think his best role ever was in.
They did play it the same amount of times. He's been in 4 movies as Han Solo, and he's been in Indiana Jones 4 times as well.
Well, he's about to do a 5th. So
yeah, he
ain't coming back for any more Star Wars.
And he did a Christmas special.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well then he also did appear in one episode of the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. Aha,
that's true.
Offset. I see you a Christmas special, and I raise you a Young Indiana Jones.
There we go. That's that classic Disney burying tactic.
Yeah, At least you can watch that episode of Young Indiana Jones without having to scrounge around on dodgy sites. Alright, next movie on the list, Venom. Obviously, we already spoke to that.
Give me this movie already.
Yeah, a lot of hype. Tom Hardy, Michelle Williams, Jenny Slate, Tom Holland. So Tom Holland is now on IMDb as listed as being attached to this film. It's very nice.
Yeah, he is. It just says Peter Parker rumored still, though.
Yeah,
Woody Harrelson's also in the movie, too.
It says the makings of greatness.
Action, horror, sci-fi. Okay, neat.
Yeah, and it's a hard R. And it comes out right after my birthday, so this is just fucking beautiful.
X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Yep. As long as it's not shit like Apocalypse, I'll watch it. Jessica Chastain's in it, I'll watch it. No, it wasn't. Shut up, Toby. Go away. No.
I side with Toby on this. Apocalypse was totally okay.
You both just shut up. Just piss off.
Did you read the comics?
Let me have this one thing.
No. I grew up with the comics. I grew up with the comics in the 80s, and the comics in the 80s was Apocalypse.
Yeah, but it was still a shit movie.
Yeah, it's not a great movie. It's definitely not one of the best X-Men movies either, but it's fine. It's better than Last Stand.
Well, I actually prefer Last Stand more than Apocalypse, to be honest.
Really? You know, that's the reason why I'm a little hesitant about this new Phoenix movie. But Jessica Chastain, so everything should be okay.
Yeah,
but also Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, but Jessica Chastain.
Jessica Chastain trumps Jennifer Lawrence. She'll make everything okay. She did it in American Hustle.
All right.
Just an American Hustle?
Yeah, she is. Oh no, that's Amy Adams.
She isn't.
Oh, it's Amy Adams. That's a different redheaded person that I think is incredibly good looking.
But still,
next on the list is already out. Maze Runner: The Death Cure. IMDb rating is 7.1, and that's with 2,500 votes. Yeah, look, the only problem is by now the cast who are supposed to be 16 all going to be in their 30s.
They've all got stubble.
Yeah.
They're already in their 30s.
I don't mind them. The first one was okay, and of all the teen...
Yeah, I actually don't mind the first one.
Of all the teeny movies I've watched where it's like the adults are horrible people and this is how the youth overthrow them, this, despite it being ridiculous, was probably the most plausible because it didn't require you to suspend any belief in terms of psychology.
It's also one of the most consistently interesting to watch. It's not fucking boring like the Hunger
you
Games.
kind of watch the first one, and for the most of the film, you're just thinking, what the hell's going on? Like, where are they? What's going? So, I mean, look, out of all of them, I've probably I think we've even got these on DVD. So, it's more interesting to me than Hunger Games, which I think is a load of just crap. It's more interesting.
It's a load of wonk.
Yeah, wonk, wank.
I think this was Jennifer Lawrence is in there. That's all.
Yeah, that doesn't.
That Hunger Games is the real wonky donkey.
What's the other one that they all crap on about?
Divergent.
Yeah,
Divergent
what a steaming pile of horse shit. Right?
I watched the first Maze Runner, thought it was good. Watched the second one, got halfway through, and I'm like, nah. I watched the first Divergent, I was like, nah.
Well, the most recent one, it shows
Hunger
you,
Games, and I was like,
it shows you all the people who don't get put into a job, right? And they're all homeless people, but they're armed to the teeth with guns. So you're telling me that everyone's a fucking pacifist except for the starving people who just happen to have guns and they're not doing anything about it yet? What? Who the fuck wrote this shit? I guarantee you, if I'm starving and I got a gun, you're all dead.
I'll fucking eat you.
I'll eat your ass. That's crazy. Anyway, speaking of which, Acts of Violence, which has already come out. Haven't seen it. Bruce Willis. Director Brett Donahue.
I thought you were going to say Brett Ratner for a second there.
No. When his fiancée is kidnapped by human traffickers, Ashton Holmes, playing Roman, and his ex-military brothers set out to track her down and save her before it's too late. Okay, so, nothing new there. Metascore got ripped to shreds, IMDb of 5. For the record, I won't watch anything underneath a 5 on IMDb unless I'm intentionally looking for the most trashiest sexploitation film I can find.
Snob.
Yeah.
There's some good movies that are seriously undervalued on IMDb.
Right, here is some crap that only Jesse would watch. Don't worry, he won't get far on foot.
Actually, I'm just looking at it now. I might watch
Joaquin Phoenix,
Jonah Hill, Rooney Mara, Jack
director
Black,
Gus Van Sant.
Gus Van Sant's not bad.
Right.
Amelia Riviera.
But it's the sort of pretentious wank that you would watch. So I mean,
Absolutely. I'm actually waiting to see Lady Bird, so I'm a massive pretentious wanker.
All right, 50 Shades Freed. Cool.
Oh
Next.
man, I love me some Twilight
I
fan
love
fiction.
that. I can't wait for that.
As I've said before, there's a lot of husbands getting a lot more sex these days. That's a good
Yeah, but we're none of them, so why the hell should we fucking care?
Exactly,
Well,
we're
we
not
don't.
in that demographic.
We don't. That's right. I'm a husband that still gets no sex.
We don't need movies to get
Maybe
it.
I need to encourage my wife to watch these movies. But I mean, they had they certainly filled a niche, and it's done quite well. It doesn't interest us, of course, but it's obviously interesting someone.
It's done well enough to just fuck off already. Wish it will
It's
after
doing
this
well.
one.
All right.
So.
They'll start doing like supplementary stories, like an origin story for Christian Grey.
no, because look, they listen to this podcast. Don't give them ideas.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'll put the information out there.
Here's another one where I have to ask why. Mission Impossible Fallout.
Because Tom Cruise and money.
Yeah, that's exactly why. Because Tom Cruise and the Chinese market
didn't. Yeah, that's the other thing, right? The Open House.
That's out on Netflix now.
Right, 3.4. Mm-hmm. Well, we'll skip. Oh, yeah, I was going to watch that the other night, and then I did my snobby thing. I'm like, this could be good. Go to IMDb, 3.4. Nope. Just not watching that.
Just give something a
apparently
chance,
it doesn't
alright?
even have an ending. Like, it just sort of stops.
Man, people said Valerian was shit. I watched that, and they were right, so don't give things a chance.
Yeah, I'm not giving that a chance. Beast of Burden, Daniel Radcliffe. No?
Nah, I won't watch it. I can't see anything.
I'll watch it
Radcliffe.
because I quite like Daniel Radcliffe.
I do too. I think the
Yeah, but I just see Harry Potter all the time.
I don't. I think he's very
Watch
versatile.
Swiss Army Man.
I want to watch that.
Watch Woman in Black. Watch Woman in Black. That was his first movie outside of Harry Potter, really, and it was a good pick. Like in terms of script, he was breaking the mold, and it was a hard role because he's like 90% of the film. There's almost no other cast, and he carried it.
Yeah,
and it was great.
He's
got some diversity to him, and I think he's obviously made enough money off the Harry Potter films that he can sit back and just pick and choose the scripts that he wants.
And he seems
unlike
to be one of those actors that's a good character actor.
Well, and I think some of his fellow Potter castmates just made really shitty decisions and are getting typecast or not working at all. And I think he just made some smart decisions, and kudos to the guy. Like, look, it'll be, for me, it's a Netflix thing, and I'll be interested to see how he performs in that one. Don't know, never heard of that before. So we'll go to Fantastic Beasts: The
I
Crimes
just want to watch
of
that next one. That one
Grindelwald.
looked alright. I saw the trailer for that when I watched Star Wars.
Right.
Grindelwald. I haven't even seen the first Fantastic Beasts yet. I'll watch it at some point.
I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I will be reviewing Crimes of Grindelwald.
#nerd.
It's a great series. I don't like John Depp.
I have read them, but
really excited for Jude Law.
I'm a little over Johnny Depp.
I really don't.
Current events, not because of current events. Just I'm after sort of the initial Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy. That was where I hit my cup is full limit. And I did like that trilogy. It was great, but I was at my limit at that point.
He's really good in Black Mass. That was like the best I've seen him in years.
Still with Benedict Cumberbatch as well.
Sorry?
Is that the one with Benedict Cumberbatch as well?
Yeah. He's in it as well. Yeah, it's a really good crime thriller. And Johnny Depp is really, really good in it. Like Oscar-worthy good. And it's such a shame that he's such a steaming pile of shit as an actor now because that was such a good movie, and everything else he's done is really eh.
All right,
I think this next one is
Ant-Man. Now I'm skipping straight to Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh yeah, I'm ready for that.
Everyone's ready for that.
The trailer for that should be dropping with Black Panther, I reckon.
So we hear, yeah. There's rumors to that effect. Yeah, should be good. After that,
give me a more.
Go on.
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One. Yep.
I'll watch that. Looks good.
It's getting some flack. Actually, it's getting a bit of flack. But I mean, Steven Spielberg. It's going to be good.
Oh yeah. In video games.
There's some Steven Spielberg movies that are.
Have a look at that poster there, and look how long his fucking leg is.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Nintendo 64 cover for GoldenEye.
Have you seen some of the pictures?
Yeah, I've seen a few of them, yeah.
The doctored pictures of him with like a leg that's like the length of a friggin' tree trunk.
This one's interesting. The Predator. The only blurb to it is a sequel to the 1987 sci-fi film Predator. Now, we've seen the poster because it's the lightning over the city, which is very reminiscent of Predator 2. So that's going to be interesting.
Well, they've got Jake Busey, Gary Busey's son. He's actually playing the son of Gary Busey's character from Predator 2. No, it was a Predator 2 or Predator... Yeah, from Predator 2. He's playing the son of his dad's character from Predator 2.
Alright. Well, I'm not familiar with most of the cast or the director, but I mean... I guess we'll see.
Cast, you got Boyd Holbrook. He was the villain from Logan. Guy with the middle hand. He's in Narcos.
Right, but I mean, nobody's AAA, right?
You got Olivia Munn. She is pretty much at the moment.
Okay. All right,
yeah, cool. she's a bit of a big deal.
Alfie Allen from Game of Thrones. Keegan-Michael Kay from Key and Peele. Thomas Jane from...
a pretty good cast.
From that sci-fi show on Netflix. Sterling K. Brown's popular.
I'm happy to be proven wrong. Untitled Deadpool sequel. Okay. I mean,
yeah, it has. It's not called Deadpool. No, it's not called Deadpool 2. I think they're just staying with Untitled Deadpool sequel for the title of it.
You know what would be fucking hilarious is if it actually goes to the cinema and it is actually called Untitled Deadpool sequel.
I think it might be.
That would actually be like, because breaking the fourth wall. That'd be freaking hilarious. If its name was actually Untitled Deadpool's, that'd be hilarious. I do it.
Do it.
Breaking in. A woman fights to protect her family during a home invasion. I've heard this. I did hear something about this. Gabriel Union, Billy Burke, Richard Cabral, directed by James.
Oh, Billy Burke.
Something came up about it recently. I did hear about it.
Billy Burke wasn't the guy I was thinking of. Never mind.
Never mind then. What else we got? We got Al Pacino and Robert De Niro teaming up again with Martin Scorsese for The Irishman.
Did you just say Al Pacino and Robert De Niro?
De Niro.
Yep.
Okay.
He is De Niro. He's going to wipe you out. Yeah. Robert De Niro. I've had a long day. Okay. I've got this podcast. Before this, I just did a massive video interview for an hour with the game developer out of the States. Like, I'm tired.
Plug.
It's 9:15 on Australia Day, and I haven't had a drink yet. So he's allowed to be De Niro or whatever I want to call him. Okay. But yeah, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Martin Scorsese, The Irishman.
Jesse Plemons, Anna Paquin.
Yeah, I mean, it's all-star, but at the same time, and I do like Scorsese's films, but at the same time, it's kind of like the class reunion, and then you all meet up and you realize how disappointed you are that everyone's old and fat now. Like,
I think this
would have been fucking amazing 20 years ago. Now, it's not even Expendables. It's just old.
Like, this one could be the Netflix one.
Yeah, definitely a Netflix one, but
no, I mean, I think it's going to Netflix, not cinemas.
Oh, okay. Well,
I know Martin Scorsese is working on one, and I think this could be it.
Right.
I'm a big fan of Scorsese, so I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, I know what you mean. Like, it's
a bit longer than tooth. Yeah,
it's the old.
And what worries me is if these are people that have played some big time criminals, like Godfather style stuff, and even though it says biography, crime, and drama, all I can see is Pacino slipping in like fucking comedic lines, or De Niro slipping in comedic lines. Probably more De Niro, and just icky. Aquaman. Jason Momoa, Nicole Kidman. Kidman, righto.
Yeah, she plays his Atlantean mum. She's the queen of Atlantis.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think if it was the original version with Snyder, I would have been far more interested because it's it looked dark. And now it's James Wan. I mean, James Wan has done some good stuff. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but Snyder's had nothing to do with Aquaman.
I thought, wasn't he originally?
No.
No, it was always James Wan.
Yeah, always James Wan.
All right, okay. All right, well, I guess I'll wait and see. But I'm not holding my breath after the shit that came out of
Justice League.
He's too much of a bro.
Yeah,
he's too much of a bro.
Anyway, Mary Poppins Returns. Get fucked.
Yeah.
That's the subtitle. This is the official subtitle. Mary Poppins Returns. Get
Hey,
fucked.
children! Today we're going to go see Mary Poppins Returns. Get fucked.
So
it's not Yondu, so I don't care.
Fuck your nostalgia. Give us your money.
You know what's going to happen, though? You know what's going to happen? YouTube is going to be filled with snippets from this film with Yondu's face stuck on hers, on Emily Blunt.
Yeah.
There were petitions to get Michael Rooker to cameo in this movie.
What?
Really? Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Wow.
The cast is outstanding. Emily Blunt, Meryl Streep, Colin Firth.
Firth.
Great
I will go
cast.
see it just to see Emily Blunt.
I do like Emily. Is she in Sicario too, by the way? I don't think she is. Is she?
No, I don't think she is.
No, she's not?
She might cameo, but I don't think she's got a big part.
No, she's not at all.
Yeah.
That's probably a good thing. It would be a bad idea to drag her character back.
You know what, it just sidetracked. You know what I loved about Blunt's character, though, in Sicario is, like, you watch... Because my daughter and wife are watching Castle again, and, you know, she's the detective's walking around in, you know, and her hair's done, and she's got designer clothes on and heels and makeup and shit, and I'm like... And she's interviewing people and never writing anything down in a notebook. And I'm like, this is a steaming pile of shit. Like, I can appreciate that you enjoy the story and the characters. But shit, I said, Sicario, at least that's a real cop. She stinks, she's covered in shit, and she doesn't care what she looks like.
She looks like hell, yeah.
Yeah, like, that's a real cop. Anyway, Mary Poppins Returns.
How good looking Emily Blunt is, that even when she looks like hell, she looks amazing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look, I will have to watch it because obviously my wife and daughter will want to watch it. It doesn't have Julie Andrews, so that's good going for it. I mean, I'll probably watch it as a home release at some point.
What the fuck is wrong with Julie Andrews?
Did you just say you didn't like Julie Andrews?
What the fuck is wrong with Julie
Andrews? Step on a
Andrews?
fucking phosphorus landmine.
What the fuck?
Shit.
Julie Andrews is great.
Nah.
She's
The
like
hills are
second best thing
alive
to
with the
Queen.
sound of bullshit. Nah.
I mean, to be honest, I've only seen 2 movies with her in it. Like, that Julie Andrews was in, and that's the Princess Diaries with Anne Hathaway. So,
Yeah.
yeah. And those were great.
Nah,
But-
burn alive. Alright, moving along.
Oh.
No time.
Hellboy.
No, Hellboy, yeah.
Hellboy.
I am
Yeah,
very
watch it.
interested. I mean, I liked, obviously, the Perlman stuff with Guillermo del Toro. I'm David Harbour, Mila Jovovich. I'd be really interested to see Jovovich coming off, because, I mean, we all remember her so well from Fifth Element, and then we sort of look at Resident Evil and we go...
I was going to say, we all remember her Academy Award-worthy performances in Resident Evil.
Yeah, we don't. We really don't.
I mean, I just
but
like
yeah,
the fact that Daniel Day comes in it
I'm
too.
not a cinema, I'm not a big cinema guy, but I'll definitely check that out when it comes out on home release.
I had to hope Lobster Johnson is in it.
Who?
You and your
Lobster
fucking Lobster
Johnson.
Johnson. The character,
He's,
we've talked about this before.
Who the fuck is Lobster
Deep
Johnson?
cut comic book character.
We got Helen Mirren coming out in Winchester.
Based
Central
on
Firearm Heiress, I believe.
it's based on that house that the Winchester gun is named after. The
Haunted
house.
thing. Slender Man, that's going to be a steaming pile of shit, right?
That's been delayed till next year, I think, because there was a whole bunch of the people, because that girl got taken out to the woods in real life. Her parents were like protesting about the movie and that.
Why is this movie?
A Wrinkle in Time, which was with Reese Witherspoon. That's another one of those teen things, isn't it? Where the adults are all horrible.
Yeah, Teen Disney one.
Yeah.
It's Reese Witherspoon, Chris Pine, Oprah, Mindy Kaling. Yeah.
Yep. Annihilation with Natalie Portman.
Okay, here's the thing with Annihilation, right? It's from the Alex Garland, who directed Ex Machina with Oscar Isaac and Alicia Vikander. That came out a couple of years back. This was getting released at the end of next month. Now, all the test screenings for it, all the audiences were they pretty much they said the movie was too smart for them to understand. The producers and the studio were like, "Oh shit, we're not changing this movie." So they're releasing it in America for theaters, and then 2 weeks after that, Netflix will release it worldwide because
That's
it's
not such
too
a
smart.
bad move.
Oh no! But the director's pissed off for that reason because he put so much time and effort into this, and because the producers are just like, nah, it's too smart for general audiences. We just kind of give it to Netflix.
And that's sad.
I thought
that's
it
sad because we need smart movies.
Yeah, we do. And from the trailers, I thought Annihilation had a bit of a Tree of Life vibe. It looked a bit Lars von Trier and maybe
Well,
a little.
It's based off like a series of like 3 books.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
apparently the movie's just gonna stand on its own. They're not gonna like do the next books after it.
I think it'll have a Cloud Atlas thing, where people are just, no offense, too dumb to be bothered to actually pay attention to what the movie's really talking about.
I love Cloud Atlas, to be honest.
I love Cloud
My
Atlas.
point is, don't go see it. But I guess at the end of the day, it all comes back to how many dollars it's going to make, and
In fact, Netflix is going to put it to a more wider audience than seeing in the cinema would be.
Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, 2018. We all know what that's about.
I'll go watch it. Yeah, I'll go watch it.
I'll go watch it, but I'm biased already.
In a bowl, you really it won't.
That is how I feel about Jurassic World.
It's just going there for pure popcorn, enjoy a cinematic thing. That's all I'm going to watch.
I'm gonna go there and watch dinosaurs and judge that movie like I judged Jurassic World.
If you want to judge it, I can tell you the entire plot after this if you want.
Oh yeah, like Jurassic World has so many problems, but I totally bought it when I was watching it. I stuffed popcorn in my face and went, holy shit, I'm watching a Jurassic Park movie again.
I fell asleep when I was watching it in cinema.
Clint Eastwood is releasing the 1517 to Paris. Jenna Fisher, Judy Greer, Thomas Lennon, etc. The 3 US airmen discover a terrorist plot aboard a train while in France. That could be interesting.
I love
Eastwood's not a bad director. Yeah. Ocean's 8.
Never watched any of
I'm not going to talk about this on the air. Like, I have problems with this film, and in short, I just think it shouldn't be an Ocean's film. I think even they should just make their own standalone film about women robbing a fucking hotel casino, and it'll be great, and it would do huge. The fact that you're putting it under the Ocean's title and billing it as this thing is just, it's a big mistake.
Yeah, I think you said this before, Toby, that the fact that this is under a pre-existing franchise name, it is like Ghostbusters syndrome. It's basically just this is how they're going to try and market this movie. If you had a movie that was just about, like, and you called it, I don't know, casino robbery, whatever, it would with that kind of cast, it would be huge. Sandra Bullock, Cate Blanchett, Anne Hathaway, Dakota Fanning, amazing actresses, love all of them. I'd be like salivating. As soon as you call it Ocean's 8, which was just this trilogy of movies, but you're trying to make this sort of all-female cast spin on it. It's like me saying I'm going to make a sequel to Charlie's Angels, but it's all men. You would groan. That's right. You would groan because you go, that's a fucking terrible. There's no real reason.
It does. I mean, you don't need to do that because you've got Expendables, right? It's so. I mean,
speaking of that, Sylvester Stallone said doing a new one.
Yes, but it seems like a real shame because you've got this cast all together. And to do that, I know what's going to happen is it's going to cop this massive backlash on social media that it doesn't deserve, and it's just going to turn into a pissing contest, and that's really sad. It's really sad.
You know what? This might have even been a marketing decision to try and spark some conversation because they were scared that no one will go see this movie. So maybe they thought, let's try.
But I mean,
and
if you called it Susan Robs a Casino and you put Sandra Bullock, Cate Blanchett, Anne Hathaway, and Dakota Fanning in it, who's not going to go see it? I mean, that's an incredible cast line.
Bad
don't
Mums
need controversy
with Kristen Bell and Mila Kunis in there. That did better than I expected it to.
The second movie is shit. Don't watch it.
Oh no, yeah, but you know what I mean. They could have marketed that as like The Hangover, or Hangover Mums or something.
Yeah. I get what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same kind of thing as like it's a group comedy of the same kind of stupid shit. And instead, they just decided, let's just make this movie. No one really gave a shit, but enough people gave a shit that it actually made bank anyway.
Getting near the end of the top 50, we'll probably have to stop there. Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again.
Give me that movie.
Meryl Streep, Amanda Seyfried.
Cher's in it. Dominic Cooper. Yeah, I'm not going to watch it at all. Fuck that.
Look, I do know a lot of people that are hyped for this film. They love the original, and I'm sure it will go on to do very well at.
I will go see it.
Yeah, it will do well. It's not my kind of film, but it will do well for sure. Yeah. Pacific Rim Uprising.
Yeah, I'll go watch that.
I don't care for this movie.
Not one bit. I saw the new trailer that they dropped just recently, and I still. You know what makes it even worse is that fucking song in the trailer.
Yes, it is. It's the fucking music.
What the what is this? Fucking
I
college
know.
football?
Both the trailers I've done now, I'm like, who is doing the music for this
Am
movie?
I the only one too that's watching that trailer going, Star Wars. Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Star Wars, Star Wars.
Well, this
Star Wars,
time,
Star Wars.
if you pay close attention to the new trailer,
Which
there is a kaiju and a Jaeger.
Yes, I gathered that part.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, again, don't care.
No,
Oh,
like I liked the first Pacific Rim. I got so much shit when it came out because I was defending it, saying this is a fun movie. Like, this is a fun popcorn movie, and it's a better popcorn movie than I could have actually thought it would be. And this new one just looks like just crap.
Skip a couple, Peter Rabbit.
Like skip to Peter Rabbit.
Well, I mean, we're not doing some stupid shark film, and we're not doing whatever the hell that is, so Peter Rabbit. Margaret Robbie's in it, or voicing, obviously.
Live
It's copped a
action
bit of a
Donald-
backlash from the trailer. Like, the trailers that have dropped, a lot of people are like, so it's sort of...
What did they
Marketing.
expect from Peter Rabbit?
Well, he's an iconic character. He's certainly been around
Yeah.
a very long time.
Yeah, but,
It's not the character so much. I haven't watched the trailers, but from what I've heard, it's just not... People are saying perhaps it's just not going to appeal to children properly. I don't know. I have to watch
it
the
looks
trailers
quite
before I...
dull.
Right, well, that could be it then. Yeah.
It just does. It looks like the comedy falls flat, and it's just kind of dull.
Bohemian Rhapsody?
I'll watch that because I like.
That's going to be a hit
Malek.
or a miss, really. It's either going to be amazing or it's going to miss the mark completely. I guess we'll have to wait and see on that one. I'm certainly keen to.
It will be Steve Jobs.
I'll be listening to. I'll be reading Jesse's review very intently when that comes out. Robin Hood. No, it looks like it's.
No, I don't care about that.
Is it a
Does it have
modern day?
Carrie Yules? No, don't care.
It has nobody.
Does it have who?
Carrie Yules.
Is that?
The guy from Princess Bride. He played
I
Robin Hood and
haven't
Robin
seen
Hood
that.
Men in Tights.
No.
I haven't seen
And
Have you
Princess
seen
Bride.
Robin
number
Hood Men in
50
Bumblebee.
is Bumblebee. Yeah.
Nah, not gonna watch that either.
Nah.
Fuck that.
No, doesn't do a great deal for me either. All right, well that's the top 50 based on popularity. Obviously, there's a lot of movies coming. There's 10,113 titles in this list. We looked at the top 50, so
Where was Sicario?
well,
That's
not on the
not
top
next
50.
year.
That's
that's
fucking
next year.
bullshit.
Oh no,
I mean,
no,
look,
that's,
okay, here you
that's
go.
number
Here you go.
71.
I'm
That's
going to run
71.
through the second page real quickly here. Yes or no? Halloween?
No.
Yes.
No. Right. Death Wish?
No.
Bruce Willis? No. Super Troopers 2?
No.
No.
No. Braven?
No.
Quiet
What
Place?
the hell's that?
Early Man?
Quiet
Blockers?
Place, yes.
Incredibles
Early
2.
Man,
There you go.
yes.
58. Incredibles 2.
Yes. Yep.
Rampage at 59.
No.
Yep.
Creed
Nope.
2, Sylvester Stallone,
No.
DVD definitely, Game Night, The Strangers Pray
No.
at Night, Day of the
No.
Dead, Bloodline, Mary
No.
Queen of the Scots,
No.
more Margaret Robbie there, Truth or Dare, Every Day, Ophelia,
No.
Isle of
No.
Dogs, Spider-Man Into the
Yep.
Spider-Verse.
Yep.
That was the one we all
Yep.
watched and went, what? Yeah, Scorched Earth, Sicario 2, there you go.
No.
Definitely. You and I will go see that one in the cinema, Jesse.
Yes.
Your shout.
Yeah, I was there, thanks.
Christopher Robin, I'd be tempted to go.
No.
Maybe not the cinema, but I definitely would look forward to that. Ralph Breaks the Internet, Wreck-It
Fuck
Ralph
yes.
2. Yeah, a
Fuck
lot of hype for that
Fuck
one.
yes.
Mortal Engines with Stephen Lang,
Yeah.
Hugo Weaving.
Yeah.
Mute, Overboard,
that's Netflix
Teen
next
Titans
month.
Go to the movies.
No.
Yeah, why not?
Carla Kandi, Backseat, Alpha, The Jungle Book with Andy Serkis. Yeah. The Nutcracker and the Four Realms. Alita Battle Angel.
Yes, I wanna see
Padmavat, The Grinch, with Benedict Cumberbatch, Mary Magdalene, The Lucky Man, Accident Man, The Nun, Gringo, First Man, I Can Only Imagine, Beirut,
Just got it now. Those last 20 are just shit.
A Star Is Born, Fighting With My Family, Skyscraper, Holmes and Watson, which is Will Ferrell, fucking Christ,
Oh, that
2.0,
one,
Midnight Sun, and The Billionaire Boys Club is the top
Yes,
100.
Holmes and Watson. Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly as Sherlock Holmes and Watson. Yeah, that'll be good.
Yes.
So, that's another episode of the Pixel Pop Movie Podcast. I think I suck
What a
at beatboxing.
disappointing end.
We should beatbox our way out. I'm going to do the bass line. Dun, 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 dun.